Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Teasing the NFL. I'm Daniel Saludo, along with Andrew Chang here.
What's up?
We had a pretty successful week 15 last week, actually. Where do you want to start at?
I'll only start with my failures, or actually your failures too.
My failures.
Let's talk about the Raiders disappointing their fans the last home game of the season, and it just didn't work out for my boy Derek Carr.
Against Jacksonville, of all teams.
Oof.
It's so sad that it's Jacksonville.
Very rough. And I think I lost that. I think I chose the over. And
over here, yeah, you took the over at 39.5. The combined score, I think, was only like 35, I think. So
terrible.
Overall, this week on individual teaser picks, I went 10-5, and Andrew went 9-6. So our total moves up to 19-11 for me and 20-10. So we're just about even right now. So on average, right now we hit about every 2/3 of our teaser sides, which is not too bad in my opinion.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. Especially even with teasers. And we're not professionals, obviously, so.
No, that and it was a pretty crazy week of football. I think a lot of the, San Fran game was...
Yeah, the San Fran game was nuts. The Oakland game didn't feel right. And the Denver game as well, because there was a lot of snow in that. So we both missed on both. We whiffed on both of those.
That's right. Side note, America, we're still in the playoffs. We're facing each other. Finals, baby! We're both winners, actually, because, we're just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, we're just that good.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So actual predictions that we had, we both had Seattle as in the tease spread. So that was very much a gimme. Now the scoreline doesn't actually reflect that, but they really dominated that game. They just kind of let some garbage time stuff happen, which was great for me, C-Mac.
Oh, look at you.
So we hit on that, and then I once again missed a matchup to talk about, even though I said in the recommendation I wanted New England at -4 or 4.5 is what it got up to come Sunday, but actually we didn't talk about it, but we were actually both on New England anyways. So I hit on mine, and he chose Buffalo at +7.5, which was an easy win for him because Buffalo won.
Yeah.
So, however, what's funny is that when it came time to Sunday, we got a little scared, and we changed our bets.
Scared money don't make money, America. But we can't be scared.
But we actually he made money. I'll tell you in a second. So we kept the Seattle side on our teaser, but we both went with Philadelphia instead, and we both thought it was probably the best choice overall. Now, in the individual choice, I actually chose Washington at 10.5, but I kind of went back on that a little bit just because I was a little worried that the Eagles would kind of dominate at some point.
Get super lucky
like that last minute turnover.
Fly, wow. Eagles, fly, dude. And I'm excited about their matchup against America's team.
Yeah, but we'll get to the analysis.
Not my America. No.
Yeah, so we'll get to the analysis there. But so that puts us at 2-0. That put us at 2-0 for the week on our predicted teaser and then our actual bet teaser for the week. Now, I didn't make money because I decided to bet the money line at 185 plus 185 on Chicago. I thought I had a really good chance at money there.
It's worth a shot.
It was worth a shot, and I didn't lose anything. I stand by it most of the time, so.
That's right.
That's where we stand there. So in totals, 19-11 on individual picks. He's 20-10, which is not bad. On actual predictions and betting, I'm 3-1. He's 2-2. So we're slowly moving our ways up some. And excuse me, depending on the situation, we may try and get multiple bets in again, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gonna be awake this Sunday.
Oh, wow. Sunday and Saturday. There are 3 games on
right.
Saturday. We have a morning game, and we'll actually start there. We'll start with the morning game. That is Houston and Tampa Bay. And the spread on that is Houston -3, and the total is 50. Teasing this gets you at +3, and Houston gets you to, Tampa Bay teasing gets you to +9. Your over gets teased to 44, and your under gets teased to 56. So the big news, obviously, in this game is the fact that Jameis Winston doesn't have his top 2 wide receivers. They're both highly questionable, if not doubtful. And I don't see a reason why they should start their wide receivers just because, they're not really playing for anything. So why do you want to have a chance to hurt your stars?
Well, hold on. I thought they got 8 wins.
But they're not in the hunt for anything.
Oh, they're not? Oh,
They're not in the hunt for anything.
Tragic.
So, yeah, it is a little tragic, but, Winston throwing, 4 picks a game will do that to you.
Oof. That's rough.
So you got like Brashad Perryman and whoever's behind him. Perryman had a really good game last week, but I don't know if he'll be able to duplicate it again. Albeit Houston's secondary is not very good.
I'm just saying. Our defense is not where it's supposed to be. Our defense.
Well, the run defense is fine. The run defense was fine last week. It's just the pass defense. There's a lot to be. There's a lot more want. Yeah, yes. A lot more to be desired when it comes to that.
For sure.
So on my side, I'm actually picking the. Right now I'm on the over. Sorry. Because Houston has both of their. Tampa Bay does not have both of their wide receivers. I feel like the best value is Houston +3, because I just think they're going to win. Now you're a little worried that they're going to pull a Denver game again.
Man, I can't really trust my home team anymore because I just got so many emotions up there. But with everything that Danny said, it does make sense to bet on the Texans. My first initial thought was to go for Tampa Bay. I don't know why, but now that knowing that 2 top wide receivers are out, and I just feel like the over would be a safer choice for me. I feel like that.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, 21 to 24 gets you there.
They can still score.
They're going to put points up. Houston has to play, really. I mean, theoretically, they don't have to, because if they lose and if Tampa wins, then Houston has to win to the decider next week. But they can avoid that by just winning this week. So it's all very dependent on what they feel like they should do. So they could easily just check out of the game pretty quickly if they don't feel like they're getting anywhere. But I think they're going to have a lot of success in the air. Hopkins, Fuller should be back, in quotations.
I like that, because I think when Will Fuller is on that field, they can't double. They had to do man to man. When those 2 speed demons are out there, and one of them is going to get open, and Deshaun is really good with identifying, those routes and who's open. So I think there could be a lot of exploitation, and with the top wide receivers for Tampa out, I do think the Texans defense is good enough for a pick 6 there. So I think the over is my bet for this game.
Yeah, and the other thing is both of the running games are not very good, and both of the running games are going against pretty stout run defenses. So you're expecting this ball to get aired out a lot. And if you expect Tampa Bay to get picked a couple times because, it's Jameis Winston, he averages like 3 interceptions a game, then
juicy. Yeah, like it.
Turnovers equal more points, so you would expect a shootout. So kind of like for me, Houston +3 is the 1A, and the over is 1B for me at 44. All right, moving on to the 3 o'clock game on Saturday is Buffalo at New England. New England is -6.5, total 37, lowly 37. Teasing runs Buffalo up to 12.5, and New England will drop to -0.5. And your over teases down to 31, and your under teases up to 43. Now, this game back in week 6, was like, 10-17? Something like that?
Okay, yeah.
It was a very low-scoring game from what I remember.
Right.
So, do you feel like that's going to happen again?
I just don't feel that these teams are the same teams when they start out in the season. I feel that Buffalo has gotten a lot better. Yeah. Very underrated team, kind of flying under the radar. And you kind of saw that when they went up against the Ravens versus when the Ravens went against the Patriots. 2 totally different games, and just being based on that, when I see Buffalo at plus 12.5.
Teasing up to 12.5.
That looks good to me. But you know what? I dislike very much betting against Tom Brady.
You don't like standing in front of the Patriots. I've done it twice now, and it feels good when you hit.
It scares me.
Just saying, it feels good to hit.
That, and it's a division, and it's a big division rival game.
And New England actually still should play for this, because there is a chance that they lose out and Buffalo wins out, and they can actually swap places in the division. So New England should play, but I always worry that Belichick and Brady, start clicking, and then everybody's in trouble. I mean, they they had 2 losses last year late in the season, and then they made their run in the playoffs and they figured it all out. So
Yeah, but I just this Patriot offense this year has just been so lackluster.
yeah, it's been rough because I think a lot of people were expecting the run game to really pick up, and then they'd be able to throw open because the run game was having so much success. But I think that's been the opposite of it. Sonny Michel's been terrible this year outside of some lucky goal line plays. And all he's got is Edelman. There's no tight end. There's no other wide receivers. Mohamed Sanu, N'Keal Harry, Philip Dorsett. They're all
Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
You had your shot. But also,
back, so.
I just feel that, New England is just...
And A just finally caught up to Brave. I've only been saying it for like 5 years, but yeah.
This is true. I just feel like they don't have any weapons against this team. And man, like this, I'm looking at the under here, and it
43.
Is 43.
I mean, the total is 37. So last game, I think the game total last game was 27. So under feels pretty good actually. I don't know that this game gets over.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with my guns. I feel like Buffalo, if they lose, which I don't think they will actually, which is surprising. If they lose, they'll keep it close within like 7, maybe 10.
That's what they did last game. I mean, their defense is really stout. I mean, the cornerbacks are really, really good, and their run defense has improved. So I expect New England to win. It may just be by a point, but that's all I need here in this case with half a point. So I'm taking New England at -0.5.
And I'm still sticking with Buffalo, baby.
I mean,
God, against Tom Brady, that's scary.
This is a case of both
very
teasers.
Scary.
This is a case of I think both teasers are going to hit because Buffalo. I mean, New England's gonna win just by like a small margin, i.e., single digits. So both teasers should hit. It's a question of, do you feel safer worrying about Buffalo dropping the ball and New England figuring it out, or are you just worried about New England winning? And for me, I feel like New England's just gonna win. Just win, baby,
Just by a little bit, a little tiny bit? Oh, man,
That's what I'm taking it.
Oh.
All right, and the primetime game on Saturday is the LA Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. Almost the same spread line here, -6.5 for San Francisco. Your total is 45. Teasing LA Rams gets you 12.5, and San Francisco down to -0.5. Over gets teased down to 39, and your under gets teased up to 51. This is a really unique game because San Francisco struggled last week because they didn't have like 5 starters on that defense, and that was rough. So if they don't get all their starters back, there's a lot of sharps out there who are taking the LA Rams.
Really? Oh, man, especially after what the Rams did to me against the Cowboys. Come on, dude.
I told you the Cowboys were going to show up in that game.
Man, dude.
I told you.
Yeah, that was rough to watch, especially since I have Robert Woods and Todd Gurley. And they just, I think
Gurley got you a touchdown.
Yeah, he got a garbage one. But, it was just I was not impressed, So, I mean, where are you on this? So you like...
I like San Francisco right now.
That's awesome.
But that is for right now. This is a case of I'm only taking it because I'm taking the potential that they have all their defenders. If they have all their defenders, what that means is they can get a huge amount of pressure on Jared Goff. And Goff has struggled, and every game that he's struggled, it's because defenses have gotten pressure on it, like the Steelers, like the Ravens.
Like the Cowboys.
Cowboys got a lot of pressure on him.
Man.
So if you can keep him under pressure, he panics. And this is an issue that he's always had. So if San Francisco can get enough pass rush, they may not need all 5 of their players, but if they can get enough of them, then they'll be fine. So I'm taking San Francisco on the assumption that they are going to get all or most of their defenders back.
Okay. I'm more inclined to agree. I think that San Fran is the better team. They should be able to win outright. I just don't see them losing in this game. Not at all. Not to this Rams team. Not this decade.
Yeah, and totals wise, I feel like if defense rules this game, then it's got to be under 51.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good value bet. I don't, unless the defenses go crazy and just pick Jared Goff for 2 pick sixes, and then Jimmy Garoppolo scores like 3 touchdowns.
Garoppolo had a terrible game last week.
Oh, which was good because I went up against him in fantasy
against
football, but he still got a pretty good run game going on.
No, the run game is still going to be solid for him.
Yeah.
So it's just a question of, is there going to be enough points to get to 39?
Right, and then when you look at the under, which is 51, and 51 is that's a pretty big number.
A lot of,
especially
30 to 21 does not get you. Get you a win. So
yeah,
get you that. So that's a lot of points.
And I think the Rams, they have not been productive at all offensively.
Excuse me. Only on a handful of games have they really shown up and put up a ton of points. But that's partly because of pressure. Defensive pressure gets to him. He can't score. So
yeah, but not even has their defense scored any runbacks or
few. They've improved with Jalen Ramsey at the cornerback now. And of course, Aaron Donald still gets a ton of pressure because it's fucking Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald's a beast. Yeah, I mean the under is a really good bet if you're not wanting to bet on teams this game, but I think I'm siding with Danny.
This is definitely a team's game here. So San Francisco down to a minus half, just get the win, and that's all you're really going to need here, pending if they get most or all of their defensive starters. All right, moving on to the first afternoon game for Sunday. It's Jacksonville at Atlanta. Atlanta's -7, and your over/under is 46.5. Teasing Jacksonville gets you to 13, and Atlanta down to -1. Your over gets moved down to 40.5, and your under gets moved up to 52.5. So Atlanta's down 1 wide receiver because no Calvin Ridley after last week, but they still showed up fine against San Francisco. And they are playing at home, so it's a dome, and Matt Ryan plays really, really well inside of domes usually. So the immediate choice for me here, because I think Jacksonville is just awful, is that Atlanta to win by over a point.
They weren't that awful not to beat the Raiders.
Well,
I'm just saying right there, man.
I don't know what happened with Gruden. I think Gruden fell asleep at the wheel with the rest of the Raiders.
Somebody was. That game was wow.
No, I mean, but Jacksonville. But you and I both know Jacksonville's defense is atrocious.
Yeah. We talked about that last week. I totally agree, especially with Atlanta at home. Yeah, I can kind of see. No, I can't kind of see. I see Atlanta winning.
Yeah.
Hot Atlanta. They just got to win. So
win by 2 points, which is kind of expected. They may not be able to run the ball that well because their running game and their run blocking is not that good, but they'll get enough air.
Gonna dial it up to Julio Jones and Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of that.
Yeah.
So that's the easy pick. I don't want any part of the totals because if Jacksonville doesn't show up, that's a definite under. But if Jacksonville tries to do something, then they're gonna hit the over. So I don't know which Jacksonville's gonna show up for me personally.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you. Like I don't really like the totals in this game because it's just way too inconsistent. But I think we can count on Atlanta beating the Jaguars at home.
Well, and I heard something about the players really wanting to play for Dan Quinn. They really want him to keep his job because the players really like Dan Quinn. So that's just another reason.
He's playing for his job?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's 2 seasons in a row they've not done well since the Super Bowl. Think about it. Where have they done since the Super Bowl? 0.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
So he's playing for his job, but the players really like him. So.
I just can't believe, like, if you're talking about someone who's, playing for a job, I guess what game is the Cowboys on next? Dude, that's
different. That's totally different. The team's not behind him. But take Atlanta here. Take them for a pretty good win and take that to the bank. All right, next game is New Orleans at Tennessee. New Orleans is -2.5. Your over/under is 50.5, which is a huge number now that I look at it again. Mm-hmm. Teasing New Orleans gets you up to 3.5, and Tennessee gets moved up to 8.5. Your over gets moved down to 44.5, and your under gets moved up to 56.5. So New Orleans looked really nice last week on Monday night. Now they were going guns a-blazing because they wanted Drew Brees to get the touchdown record.
That's right. And he broke it.
Yep.
He broke the all-time record.
Dude, you don't know how many sharps are out there who bet the under on this game, and they're just like, stop! Please stop throwing the ball.
Wait, on the Colts and the Saints game?
On the Colts Saints game, because it's
okay.
Monday night. It's Monday night. A lot of sharps like betting the under on that.
The Saints almost hit the over by themselves. All right, with no help from the Colts, which...
I mean, the under hit in the end.
Did the teaser for the over hit?
No, the teaser for the over did not hit. The teaser for the under and the under hit. Yeah. So
barely.
It barely hit. It barely.
Did they even? There. They got like one touchdown, right?
Yeah, they got one touchdown and a field goal, I think.
Good thing I sat Marlon Mack.
One more field goal would have hit the over.
Yeah, so it was relatively close.
So this is a unique game because New Orleans is still playing for the NFC top spot, or they're really trying to, depending on what happens. And Tennessee is still playing for a playoff spot. So I don't feel comfortable with either side because for some reason I worry about Drew Brees not playing well against a really tough defense in Tennessee.
That's weird. I thought you were definitely gonna jump on the Saints train.
I really am not right now, but it's hard to say.
I mean, even if they put in Teddy Bridgewater, I still think that the Saints will. I mean, what the tease goes to 3.5.
3.5.
3.5? That's not bad. They can still lose by a field goal.
I mean, that's the way it feels like right now. I don't know. It feels like this should be a close game like the Texans-Tennessee game was last week.
That was a close game.
So I guess I should feel comfortable betting New Orleans, but I'm not.
Okay, well, Deshaun and Drew Brees, different quarterbacks.
Well, yeah.
I feel, Tennessee got, two interceptions? One was in the end zone.
One was in the end zone.
I didn't see that coming. I was like, oof, that was a bad call. But didn't they get picked off too?
Yeah,
Tannehill,
also in the end zone. In an end zone.
So
also had a blocked field goal. Something was really weird in that first quarter. It made the scoreline a little weird.
Well, yeah, I'm still taking those Saints, man.
I would probably agree with that. It's just New Orleans is the better team, so I think one of the other things is Adoree Jackson, the cornerback for Tennessee. If he's not playing because he was injured, he's questionable right now. If he doesn't play, Michael Thomas is going to be all over that defense.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the totals right now, and they just don't look appealing to me. So if I
would take the over.
You would take the over?
I would take the over.
Oof. You think Derrick Henry's going to run all over that defense?
Not run all over. He's going to have a solid game. He'll have like 80 and a touchdown, but he's not going to have like a 130 and 2 touchdowns.
All right. Danny likes the over. I still stick with the Saints.
All right, moving on. Next game, NFC East. Holy smokes. I forgot what division this was. It's the New York Giants at Washington. Yeah, applaud Eli Manning for getting back to 500.
Yes.
Hilarious. Washington somehow in this game is the favorite at 2.5. Right now, the over-under is 42. So teasing New York Giants gets you up to 8.5, and Washington gets moved up to 3.5. Your over is 36, and your under is 48.
Is DJ starting?
Don't know yet. Honestly, I'm not sure.
That's in the air too. He got a couple practice reps in.
What's interesting, he was practicing, but I don't think he's confirmed to play yet. Another thing is Evan Ingram is on IR now, so they don't have a tight. So they're down one of their weapons. So I mean, Slayton had a good game. He played well for you. They still have Sterling Shepard. They still have Golden Tate, and of course Saquon Barkley's a monster, and he had a really good game last week. So I feel in this game, I think having a plus touchdown advantage is a really, really nice value to have at 8.5, because I expect this game to be really close, around a touchdown, field goal, something like that. So I think this is really feels like it's New York. Should have something really nice. Should have a really nice piece of this.
New York, huh? Oof. Yeah. So
I don't trust Washington. I don't trust Dwayne Haskins.
just as he's not trusting Washington, I think if I wasn't going to pick New York, I think this under looks good to me.
48?
48. How many points did New York score? They didn't score much.
They had 30.
30?
20, high 20s, low 30s. I don't have an internet connection right now, so otherwise I'd look it up.
We can put a man on the moon, America, but we can't have Wi-Fi in Danny's house.
Nope.
Really crazy. But, yeah, unless Adrian Peterson just breaks off.
No, the Giants have slowly improved their run defense every week. So Peterson will have a good game. He's not going to have a great game. And they'll just try to keep going back to the well. My thing is, I don't trust Dwayne Haskins, man. He had a good game last week, but that's because he didn't throw it to anybody.
That's okay, man. You don't have to trust any of these teams. These teams are both garbage. They're not playing for anything special.
That's why I'm holding on to New York for 8.5.
I don't.
You want the over?
No, I don't want the over. I would probably like the under in this game.
Okay.
I would probably like the under in this game.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. I think in terms of totals, I would. No, actually, I take that back. No. If it's totals, I'm taking the over.
Wow. What? Really?
Both offenses.
Do you think someone's going to get exposed?
Yeah. Oof. Neither team has a really good secondary. Both teams have pretty piss poor secondaries.
Neither team has a really good quarterback, too.
You don't need a really great quarterback to throw. Look, Eli Manning had 2 touchdowns against the Eagles 2 weeks ago.
This is true.
So, that's where we're at.
But the Eagles are a sorry-ass defense, too.
They have a really good run defense. They don't have a pass defense.
Okay, yeah. My point exactly. Yeah, it's poor.
Yeah, so that's fine. Take your under. I'll take the New York Giants at a nice plus touchdown advantage.
All right.
Oh, in this case. Moving on to the next game, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. Steelers, after their loss, are actually -3 in this, and the Jets are +3. Teasing gets the Steelers up to +3, and the Giants move up to +9. Your totals 37, which teases your over down to 31, and your under up to 43. Steelers did not look good on Sunday night. Duck Hodges was terrible. Duck Hodges was absolutely terrible for 4 interceptions. I'm a little curious to see if his confidence is shot a little bit because he was pretty high up there going into that game, and he did not perform well at all. Now, his offensive line didn't do him any favors, but you got to be better than 4 interceptions to win. I think they're good enough to beat the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. What a dumpster fire.
One thing about the Jets is they have a really, really good run game. So running backs like Benny Snell and James Conner. They have the number 1 run defense. You know that?
Wait. Who's got a good run game?
The Jets.
Oh.
They have the number 1 run defense. Yeah. Look it up. Look it up later. They have the number 1 run defense.
Hasn't gotten that many wins.
No, because they don't have good cornerbacks. And their offense has been a bit lackluster. So they're tough to run on, but you can throw on them pretty easily. And their offense can't always, has a problem with seeing ghost every now and then.
Yeah.
So I personally like Pittsburgh on this, and I like the under because almost all of the Steelers games since Big Ben went down have gone under.
Yeah, let me tell you something about Danny, America. He loves the Steelers.
It's my team.
Especially when they're an underdog, right? I'm surprised.
They're not an underdog. They're the favorite.
I know, but if they were the underdog, he would just be looking at this money line right now. He'd be like, oh, yeah.
I'm 1-1 in Steeler money lines.
Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got.
Steeler money
all
lines.
the time. I was just like,
hey, it's like I said before. If you have a favorite team, you tend to have a little more information, and so you have a better idea of what you're going to bet. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, and he's 1 for 1. So
no,
I mean,
I'm 1 and 1.
I
I geniusly took the Steelers to beat New England in Week 1 because I was like, New England's a slow starter. They're not going to show up. That went real well for me, 33-3.
Yeah, that was
that
amazing.
Was terrible.
I laughed and cried at the same time.
Yeah, because you took the bet.
I did. I was like, God.
Sorry.
But he made it back. He made it back.
Where are you at?
But for me, I'm looking at this over. It's very interesting.
We said the same thing about the over at 30.5 last week, and they only scored 27 points last week.
I mean, you just did the most convincing ever. So we can't run this ball, right? So that means we're going to throw it. And if Duck is throwing it, Maybe some of his interceptions will come out. Maybe his confidence is a little shot, but I really don't think so. I think he's still going to go out there.
The problem with that over is that you're taking it as Duck's going to be really successful in the air, but even in his best game, he's not thrown for more than like 185 yards.
Oof.
So they keep it on the ground a lot.
Man, I'm just hoping for a couple field goals here and there.
You may get a lot of field goals in this game.
I think, see, with that being said, if it's going to be close, then yeah, I think I would much prefer the Jets over the Steelers.
I worry that the Jets offense doesn't show up because the Steelers defense is really good.
Yeah, they do have
they stopped the run
TJ
really
Watt. So
yeah, they stopped the run really well. Obviously, Le'Veon Bell will play them. They know him really well. They know how to stop him, and their cornerback safeties are really good. So I don't expect them to really get thrown on. That's why I'm taking the under. Sorry, that's why I prefer the under, but I'm taking the Steelers.
And this is the time where our records are going to be different or the same because
depending on what hits.
I feel that it has to. I mean, I'm looking at this over, but if I'm listening to Danny, if I feel like it's going to be a close game, I would much rather have that value on the Jets. The Jets are at home, even though that
home means nothing. 60% of home teams cover the spread. It's not a real advantage.
To some. But, yeah, I think I'm going to stick to my guns with this one. This is going to be a very interesting week, America. Yeah. I think I'm going to go for the Jets.
And I'm taking the Steelers.
Oh, my God.
We'll see how that pans
I would never think I would say that. First of all, look at this.
Absolutely terrible.
I don't think you would think I would say that.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're a pure numbers person, 9's nice because it takes you over 3, 4, 6, and 7. But, man, the Jets have been able to play poor sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I remember. We bet that game on the Patriots where they didn't score a damn thing.
33-0.
A damn thing. 33-0.
We hit on that one easy.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, under New England,
That was a no sweat bet, America. That was a no sweat bet. That was a no sweat bet. That was amazing. Good times, man.
Yep. All right, now to the exciting game of the week. It's fucking Cincinnati at Miami. Nobody gives a shit about this game. No.
What a tease, man. What a tease. No pun intended.
Thank you for catching that. This game is right now at a pick'em, but I think Cincinnati is going to I think Miami is going to end up at -1, 1.5 by the time this gets to Sunday. But right now, if you're standing at a pick'em, both teams get teased up to 6. Your over/under is 46.5. Your over gets moved up to 42.5, and your under gets moved to 52.5. Do you want to take a guess at what I'm picking in this?
I know what I'm picking. Miami. Crazy. I know, but and for you, where do you see the value? Oh, really? You don't want Cincinnati. Dude, I can't see you betting Cincinnati.
Okay. So what am I betting?
You're probably going to bet the I think you might bet the under.
Nope, I'm betting the over.
Wow. Wrong again, America.
Two teams that don't have a defense means offense is going to excel.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, you think that Cincinnati's got an offense?
They have enough of an offense. Joe Mixon had a really good game last week.
This is true.
Against
but, I mean, he's going to run against the Dolphins. The Dolphins' defense isn't that bad.
It's not that good.
Oh, wow, it's not that
And Dalton's
bad.
good enough to be able to air it out to Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd got a touchdown last week. So they're going to have enough. And if it's magic, it's Fitzmagic.
Hey, he was slipping through the cracks, man. He would look like
Devontae
the white Lamar Jackson right there. He was going at it. He was like, whoop.
He loves to get at it. The big beard loves to get at it.
Yeah,
no,
man.
this game has to go over 40.5. I mean, 20-21. It's really, really doable.
I'm calling it right here. This is the game that we're both wrong. What? 40.5.
Yeah. Think about how many times has Miami put up points? 20 points. Quite a lot.
Okay.
Cincinnati proved they can put up points against New England, albeit some of it was in garbage time, but they can put up points.
Okay.
Yeah. Over. 40.5. 20-21 gets you the over.
I cannot deny. I think Miami's going to win.
I'm not denying that Miami's is the wrong choice here because if I had to pick a side, it would be Miami.
Right. We're looking for the value.
Yeah, the value for me is the over.
Can I agree on that?
You don't have to agree with it.
Man, I just...
You don't have to agree
wow,
with it. You already feel like Miami's the value. And
I
don't blame you for that.
That's gutsy, man.
Wow. It's not gutsy. It's really what I think is going to happen. I'm expecting a huge shootout. Outside of a bunch of rain. If it rains, don't ever bet the over. This is something that I've actually wanted to tell people for a while. If you run into a game and it's raining or snowing a ton, please bet the under. Look at what happened last week. Denver, KC, huge amount of snow, under. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, Monday night, Eagles, Giants, under. Kind of close to the under, but under. Always expect an under game if there's a huge amount of rain.
And the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this game has to go. This game has to go over. I'm expecting scoring. Even 2 weweeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you had Miami versus the New York Jets, and that was a field goal game of 10 field goals. Do you remember what the score was?
It was 21-24, I think.
21-22. That gets you over.
Okay.
Literally almost the exact same thing can happen, and that gets you over.
Right. But, dude, can you believe that whoever had that Miami kicker, dude, they were living it.
They were living it. But
dude,
nobody's going to have Miami's kicker.
Nobody's going to have Miami's kicker. All those points was scored by the kicker. 7 times they marched down that field, and 7 times they could not get a touchdown. You believe that?
I don't even know what his fantasy score was.
I need to look that up.
30-something points.
That must have been some amazing number.
I mean, if your average field goal is 30 yards.
They weren't kicking it from 30 yards, man. There were some 40s and 50s in there. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. Miami's definitely the side to take on this because really, if you think about it, Cincinnati's really playing for the number 1 draft pick, trying to get Joe Burrow. So they really feel like they should lose. So that's another reason why I think your choice on Miami is good.
Thank you. And now you've kind of convinced me to bet the over. If I had to choose something. Yeah. But I just think the Miami value is there. It's a home game, which, about me in home games. And I think Fitzmagic will show up, not Fitztragic.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
There you go.
All right, moving on to Carolina at Indy. Indianapolis is -7. Your over-under is 46. Carolina gets moved up to +13, and Indy gets moved down to -1. Your over gets moved down to 40, and your under gets moved up to 52. Maybe not the greatest thing to see last week from the Colts, because that game basically knocked them out of playoff contention. Mm-hmm. That was rough to watch, but I still don't trust Carolina at all.
Not even your boy, CMC?
I don't trust the team.
Come on, man. You're going against me this week in fantasy football, okay?
I trust him. I'm starting him. Just because I don't trust the scoreline doesn't necessarily mean I'm not starting him.
Dude, he's gonna have like 3 touchdowns, man.
I would hope so. I want to rub it in your face so hard.
Dude, I'm the one that's predicting him right now, dude. I remember, looking at this. Is it still Kyle Allen or?
No, they're trying Will Grier.
Oh, that's the factor right there, America.
And one of the things is, and I read a little report on this, that Grier was not very good in preseason. So.
Yeah, and the Texans they're always awesome in preseason, which when the next season comes around, we'll talk about that.
So, in this game, I'm actually picking Indy.
Oof.
I just think they're a better team overall, and even if both teams aren't playing for anything, I feel like you always generally take the better team.
Okay. I really don't think... Well, actually, Indy does have a decent pass defense, I think.
No, they don't. They have a good run defense. They have an awful pass defense.
Hey, with that new rookie, he's not too bad. Leonard?
Darius Leonard's the middle linebacker.
Oh,
that's why the run defense is so good.
what the hell do I know? I don't know what I'm talking about. So
Leonard's been a big key. I mean, he's a Pro Bowler. Darius Leonard was very, very good. So.
Oh, with that being said, but dude, I can't deny Christian McCaffrey. But I'm now looking at the totals since I don't like any of that, and I don't like any of the totals either, to be honest.
You got to pick a side though. You got to pick
something.
something.
If I had to pick something, I would pick the under.
Under 52 is probably my second choice.
Under 52.
I don't expect a high-scoring game, even with C-Mac, even with Indy having a better offense versus Carolina's pretty piss-poor defense. I think there's a good chance this thing stays under 52.
All right. But, yeah, it's either the under or...
Indy's just got to win, and I expect them to win this game. So,
all right. And Indy's at home, so, yeah. Okay. I can see that.
All right, final game in the afternoon is Baltimore at Cleveland. Week 3, somehow, Baltimore lost this game, and Cleveland somehow beat them by what was it, 13 points or something like that? Insane. Nick Chubb had the game of his life. So
which he won't have again.
No, he won't have it this time. Baltimore's defense has really figured everything out. So Baltimore's -10. Your over-under is 48. Baltimore gets teased down to -4. Cleveland gets teased up to 16. I know it's a nice number to hear until you really think about it.
Yeah.
Your over gets teased down to 42, and your under gets teased up to 54. Boy, there is absolutely no chance I trust Cleveland at all in this game.
Not even with Freddie Kitchens saying that he doesn't care about his future. He said on the news, man.
Even though they said they're gonna. Yeah,
I don't care about my future. Oh wow.
Kitchens is a terrible coach. The guy is offensive coordinator at best. He has zero maturity at all. I think he's
not even impressive as an offensive coordinator. Not at all. When you got talents like OBJ and Mayfield,
Mayfield, Landry. Yeah. I mean, they were the preseason Super Bowl winners, which is you never want to be the preseason Super Bowl.
Okay, the Texans are those. Is that all the time?
Not all the time. It wasn't this year. They knew they were going to have some issues.
Yeah, which was kind of scary
because they didn't have a running game. Lamar Miller got hurt in preseason, so that's scrubbed that. So I just don't see, Baltimore's been so dominant, I don't see why that's going to change. Especially one more win for Baltimore gives them the number 1 overall seed.
Are they playing for the bye? They got the bye.
They already have the bye. They already have the bye.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson.
I mean, they own the division and they already have the bye. They're playing for They're playing for home field throughout the playoffs. Because if they lose 2 and if New England wins both of theirs, then they flip.
Oof.
So that's why.
Yeah, I don't think I have to say, but I'm going to take the Ravens -4.
I think you have to take the Ravens at -4.
Lamar Jackson.
It's actually kind of crazy to think about it, but Baltimore has almost covered every spread by themselves in the past 3 weeks. 2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks that this over actually looks pretty good in its own right.
Yeah, oh God. I can't bet on the Browns.
I can't either.
I don't know who's going to show
Actually, I did. Albeit I did it. I recommended it 2 weeks ago, but I can't in this situation. They were terrible last week, and I told you Arizona was a near gimme last week. And if I would have gotten a better money line on it, if I would have gotten something like 150,
isn't that crazy?
If I would have gotten 150, 160 on an Arizona money line, I would have taken it. Holy hell! I knew they were gonna. I knew they were gonna win. I didn't think they were gonna dominate them like they did. That's how bad the Browns are.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we can count on them being bad, and I think we can count on the Ravens being great.
Really good.
Yeah, so
I mean, they're playing for the number 1 seed, and if they win this, they've got it, and so they can basically play all their bench players in Week 17. Not get your starting quarterback hurt.
The only concern I have is about that. I feel that Lamar Jackson, maybe if he gets, hopefully 4 unanswered touchdowns.
Of course you do. You want to be the champ.
Well, I mean, it happens. After he gets his 5th one in both of the games he
RG3 went in.
Yeah, RG3 went in, which normally I'm not too excited about, but this is RG3's old team, so I think if he actually goes in, he might actually do some crazy stuff.
He'll probably try and get something. I mean, didn't RG3 get a touchdown last week?
No.
No, he didn't? Oh,
no.
I thought he threw one in.
Sad. He threw it, but he didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
Sad.
So
He is still garbage.
Yeah.
Like, he is like, can't even compare him to Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson. Not even in the same conversation. Well, that's not going to talk about it.
No, you can't.
No, can't do it.
All right, moving on. Afternoon, 4 o'clock games or 3 o'clock games, depending on where you're at, or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock games, depending where you're at. Doesn't matter.
baby.
Detroit at Denver. Detroit is the favorite at -7. Over/under is 38.5. Teaser. Detroit moves up to 13, plus 13, and Denver moves down to -1. Your total moves up to 38.5. Your teaser over moves down to 32.5, and your holy hell. Over
Seashells by
I
the
don't need
seashore.
that. I don't need that. I got this shit. Watch this shit. All right,
God.
over gets moved down to 32.5. Your under moves up to 44.5.
You did it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Man, looking at this,
There's only one way to go in this game. You know that, right?
did I lose on Detroit? I did lose on Detroit.
Did you pick Detroit last?
I thought I did. Right? I think I did.
Yep.
I lost?
Yep.
Why you gotta
They
do
got
that?
annihilated.
Why
They
you
got
gotta do that to
absolutely
me, Matt
annihilated.
Patricia? Why you gotta do that to me, Matt?
They don't have a good defense, dude.
Dude, I should have known, a defense coached by a guy who has a pencil and he has a laminated piece of paper. It's a fake. It's a phony. So,
Come on, Belichick tree, bro.
I mean, yeah, I know, but still.
Look how well that whole tree's been doing.
You're not gonna take Denver.
Yeah, I am.
No.
To win at home? Yeah, I am.
No.
Yeah, I am.
What?
Dude, David Blau has not shown anything. No more Marvin Jones. The defense is not that good. Denver has shown that they are good enough to win. They beat. Locke won his first 2 games. One of them was the Texans. I know you're going to laugh. I mean, they got blown out at KC, but Locke, that's the first time Locke really
Played in the snow. Okay, I'll give you that.
All of that. But they're home. I mean, albeit they're in rebuild mode, but, I mean, all they really have to do is hand this ball off to Philip Lindsay, and they're fine.
Man,
You're just asking Denver to win the game.
I'm just overthinking it, but I don't think. Yeah, Denver can win the game, but
It's not Denver can win the game. Denver
they're not
is
going
more
to beat
likely
them
to
by.
win.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Win by 2 points.
No, not 2 points. You 2 possessions, like 13. So that's okay. Maybe man, I don't know. But you know what? You've convinced me, and we don't have to agree. But I'm looking at this total here. Man, I think if the over might hit on this one.
Over can hit in this. I mean, how many? I think Locke threw 3 touchdowns in that Texans game. So.
Oh, Miami, yeah. And then I think Detroit will get a couple garbage ones in there.
They'll get one garbage one. Hopefully the. Kenny
Yeah, they're at least good
hopefully
for
the Kenny Galladay. But
they're at least good for a couple field goals. So I feel if I wasn't gonna take Denver,
yeah,
then I would take the over.
But are you taking Denver? Did I convince you to take Denver?
I mean, you sure did, but I just you know what? But that was against KC, which also KC has a
got
very
a great defense.
They have a
Really
very
good pass
underrated defense.
Really
I
good
think
pass defense.
In the past 3 weeks they have just been shutting down some people. So I think this Denver defense, it always finds its stride at home.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. They really did do a number on the Texans.
They did.
Which I was very surprised. I was like, wow, they came out to play today.
Yeah.
But, you look at Denver defense at home, it is godlike. So that doesn't really concern me about the over because I know if who's the QB for that
David
Detroit
Blau.
team? If he throws the interception, it's gone. It's a pick six right there.
Pick six.
And then a couple sacks, forced recoveries.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Von
easy.
Miller's going to have a fun time getting to him.
I think so too. So I'm going to stick with the over, but if I was going to... Oh, and this is the 3 o'clock game? Or
This is the first afternoon game.
Perfect. First 3 o'clock game, we got a couple options you could stack on. I would probably stack on the Denver just to win the game or the over.
Yeah, this game and the next game, which we'll talk about, start at 3:05. So we'll move on to the next game, which is Oakland at LA. I'm going to make some really bad comments when I get to this. LA Chargers -7, over-under is 45.5. Your teaser moves Oakland up to 13, and the LA Chargers get moved down to -1. Your over teases down to 39.5, and your under teases up to 51.5. Holy hell, there were 5 fucking turnovers in this game last week. So my normal rant of Phillip Rivers is the best teaser cover guy that there is totally went out the window when Melvin Gordon fumbled 3 times, was it? 2 times? Holy shit.
And he was on my fantasy team last year. Not this year, baby. Woo-hoo. Someone knows how to pick him. That and your Raiders, man. They
were running good. They were running real good. And then halftime happened, and John Gruden was like, okay, I think we're done here. Just off switch.
Yeah, that was not. I was just like, man, he was.
Dude,
like,
they had like 10.
I was just like, yeah, you're gonna pick the Raiders to win. Like that seems pretty
it was
solid.
A win. It seemed
pretty solid, but I was just like, oh.
And Jacksonville's terrible.
Yeah, Jacksonville is terrible.
Jacksonville's bad. Raiders at home. Last home game of the season. I just needed them to win by a point.
Couldn't get a win, America. Sad. How sad.
They're thinking about Vegas too much.
Wow, yeah. They're ready to go. They packed their bags, man. Their season's over. They're ready to go, man.
That's assuming their stadium gets done.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. It wasn't even...
It's not done yet.
It wasn't even erected.
It's not right. It's not ready.
They said, like, they don't even have a parking lot over there. No, they're actually going to let them park in the hotels and then have a tram.
No, they park on the university.
Yeah, the university and some of the hotels. Like, they'll have a tram. They're building a tram for that stuff. It's crazy. But going back to this game, I feel that, the Chargers just to win at home, it should be a gimme.
Yeah.
Right there. It should be.
Yes.
I don't see...
Melvin Gordon's not fumbling again. Eckler's going to have another good game. I'm with you on this. The Chargers are just going to win this.
Yeah. I mean...
For some reason...
You would hope, right? I mean, it's...
For some reason, the Chargers always end up making their record not as bad as it really seems. So they won't be bottom of the barrel, but they'll be like mid to lower mid tier. So they're working their way to that right now. So that's why LA has to be the pick here.
I just feel that
LA's got to be the pick here.
With Phillip Rivers, there was this one time in history where he was like, "We're the bad news Bears," and
he was at one point.
I just hope that the bad news Bears will just win the game. That's all I'm hoping for. They should win the game. That's it.
All right, moving on. 4:25 or 3:25 Central Time here. Dallas at Philadelphia. This is a huge monster game in the NFC West. Dallas is the favorite, -2.5.
Oof.
Your over/under is 46.5. Dallas gets teased up to 3.5. Plus 3.5. Philly gets moved up to plus 8.5. Your teaser over gets moved down to 40.5, and your under gets moved up to 52.5. I want to hear your opinion on this because I've heard.
Oh, you can take a guess.
I've heard a lot of opinion from sharps on this, and I'll vocalize it in a minute.
You can take a guess. I don't care
what. Well, you're taking Philly, right?
That is right.
You're taking Philly.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Yes, they always find a way to win that teaser bet, man. They always
This is rough, though, dude. They don't have Alshon. They don't have...
Oh, they have nobody.
They have Greg Ward Jr., a former quarterback from the University of Houston, Zach Ertz, and Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders.
But they've been picking it up. They've been picking it up and making some clutch plays.
Been picking it up. Wentz has been making it happen, but man, it's rough to really... When you think about that team, it's just like, man, how are y'all doing this?
I know, right? It's
and they did it without Lane Johnson.
Inexplicable.
And they did it without Lane Johnson, their right tackle last week.
It's inexplicable how, in the last quarters, you think, oh, dude, it's over. I would always be, kind of, on the verge of texting Dan, yo, Philly needs to pick up the Philly killed us, and then all of a sudden, you get, these fourth quarter drives that are almost like Brady-esque. You're just this is Carson Wentz. Why wasn't he playing like this for the rest of the game? He only picks up his bootstraps in the fourth quarter and just starts everyone starts making plays. But This is a really tough one. Both teams are 7-7. They're in the same division. It's a division rivalry game. But, just because I just don't like the Cowboys.
You just don't like them.
I don't like the Cowboys. That's the bias right there. I'm so sorry. I know we're supposed to be objective, but also I
have a bias with the Steelers all the time.
I mean, yeah, but I just don't think Dak Prescott is worth his money. First of all,
he hasn't been paid yet.
Well, I hope they don't pay him, because if they pay him, they got to pay David Carr, because David Carr beat that guy in a throwing contest. Search it up on YouTube. It's amazing, right? And I feel that Philly will find a way to win at home. With that being said, I know I might lose this one, but I'm still going to go Philly. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad line, 8.5. If you
expect it close.
Yeah, if you buy half a point, hey, that's 9 points. But even if they lose by a touchdown, it's still good.
Buying half a point here doesn't do anything for you. You can't take a tie and a tease, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, on some of your websites, they'll allow that to happen, but on most
don't. Not. Most books aren't going to let you have that. It's too much. Yeah. Teasers too much of an advantage.
But I'd rather draw than lose, for sure.
Yeah. So this is.
So tell me you're gonna do Dallas.
There are so many sharps on Philly. It's nuts.
Wait, what?
They are like, this is, without even thinking about a teaser. There's so many sharps out there that are like, this is Philly. This is all Philly. This is pretty much a gimme. Oh. They compare this game to last week's LA at Dallas game, because so many people thought LA was the team to have in that game, and obviously Dallas.
You picked LA too?
No, I picked Dallas.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah,
Dallas was the easy choice for me, because of like, they're at home. It's a touchdown. The game's going to be close, and they ended up winning the game. So a lot of the
destroying the Rams.
Yeah, a lot of the teams are picking the exact. A lot of the sharps are saying it's the exact same thing. I don't know if I agree with that, because, I mean, I get a certain bias to this, but I mean, the guys are going to go out and play for the playoffs,
right?
And here's the other thing. This is a pure must-win for Philly, because Philly has to win out. Dallas can technically lose this game and win next week if Philly loses. So Dallas is at a bit more comfort. This is rough, because...
So you're saying the Sharps went with me?
Yeah, the Sharps. All the Sharps went with Philly, and that
scares me.
And that's not including a tease. Because they all said just any plus value alone with Philly was enough to get them betting on this game. Now, I don't remember how much the lines moved, and I can't access that right now, but I know the lines moved a little bit. I don't remember in which direction. But I for some reason, am not feeling like Philly should win this game. I feel like they're so... Don't. I haven't made a full decision. I actually need to peek at what my decision was. Okay.
And watch, it says Philly.
Yeah, it says Philly.
Oh, it says Philly, America. Philly. He read that right. His glasses saw that. He read it right. Philly.
It's
a little scary.
The problem is, I mean, Dallas has all their starters. And so if you remember the Dallas-Philly game that we bet on back in week 4, we dominated that game.
Yeah, we did. We bet on the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, we bet the Cowboys over. Or Cowboys under, and they shut them out. They almost shut them out.
Yep.
So,
but that was Cowboys home, right?
Yeah, that was Dallas at home. So, I'm having a bit of. I feel like this is Dallas to take it, but I think I put Philly 8.5 because the touchdown advantage is too good to have. The plus touchdown advantage is too good to have. So I think I do have to run with Philly on this. Because I'm expecting this game to be close. I disagree with so many of the sharps, because they said this is too good of a value like Dallas was playing LA last week. I don't think this is a similar situation, because LA was still in the playoff picture per se, but they needed a lot of things to go their way. Dallas is in pure control mode here. This is basically win and you're in for them. So Dallas can get this in and get it done almost this week. But thinking about it as a teaser, I think I may have to run with Philly on this. Albeit Dallas losing this game by 3 is not out of the picture. And you're still safe teasing Dallas to plus 3.5.
I think so too. I just, God, when you mention the Cowboys, and I think about, that team, those Cowboys can play, for sure. There's no denying that. I just think that I was actually really surprised when you told me the Sharps were betting me because
the Sharps were betting Philly without a teaser. They were just betting Philly.
You know what? I said my reasons. I feel like they always find a way to win.
See, and I think that was a lot of my intuition with this. They found a way to win somehow, but I mean, if you're comparing apples to apples here, offense versus offense, I mean, it's just like they feel so outclassed.
Yeah.
Like so outclassed. That's why it's hard for me to sit on Philly's side because they blew them out in week 4. So why couldn't they blow them out again?
Right.
And they had more weapons then.
Yeah, this is true too.
But I think since I'm expecting this game to be close, I think I have to take Philly's points here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Dallas could be playing a little more conservative too.
I don't know if they want to play conservative. Now, I'm not Jason Garrett, and Jason Garrett doesn't have a brain sometimes, so we'll have to see. But right now, for us, 8.5 Philly, it's the way to go.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the last game of the Sunday afternoon. It's Arizona at Seattle. Seattle's the favorite at 9.5, and your over/under is 50.5. Arizona gets teased up to 15.5, and Seattle gets teased down to -3.5. Your over gets teased down to 44.5, and your under gets teased up to 56.5. This was a pretty easy selection for me because I didn't like either. I was not a big fan of either teaser spread, so I went with the over on this.
Okay.
Because I'm fully expecting a shootout here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think Seattle's defense is going to be able to get enough pressure to worry Kyler Murray. And Murray had a really good game last week, but even more was freaking Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake had a monster game last week. So Seattle struggled with the run, and they've struggled with certain high-powered offenses. So I think Arizona can get enough points, and of course Russell Wilson, along with Chris Carson, my man, my big running back. Yeah. So I'm expecting this game to easily get over 44 points. In this case, I need 21 to 27 or 24-27. That gets me there easy, and I can easily hit that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think we're not agreeing on the Seattle defense because, first of all, that Seattle defense is not my fantasy team. And, they're always getting sacks. They're always getting forced fumbles, pick sixes. I feel that with a relatively new QB, I think Seattle will have a field day. I'm going to take them at -3.5.
Okay. I just worry that the game gets close and then a field goal decides it. And
what?
I don't
Arizona getting close?
Why not?
To Seattle at home?
They were only 6 behind Steelers.
This is true. But
they dominated the shitty Browns. So.
Oh yeah, but you're talking about the Steelers and the Browns.
Yeah, but still.
But this is Seattle. Yeah, I know
Seattle's also had a really rough schedule the past 3 weeks. If you really think about it. So they've had to travel a lot, and they've had to play some really tough teams. So they have to look forward to next week's game, which is San Francisco. That is a huge game that could decide not only the division winner, but possibly the number 1 seed. So that's a huge thing for them. They may be looking ahead to next week. That's another reason why I worry about picking Seattle to win by more than a field goal.
Oof. Yeah, I still think it's going to happen. I'm not concerned about Kyler Murray. I'm not concerned about his offense. But, I think Seattle will win it at home. Right. Seattle, man.
They'll win.
Hopefully.
It might be a field goal.
Oh, God.
That would hurt.
That would really hurt America. Losing by half a point, I know how it feels.
It's happened to us. It's happened to us.
We hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Make sure that doesn't happen, guys. God.
All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football. Kansas City Chiefs at Chicago Bears. The Bears basically got eliminated from the playoffs last week in the hunt. So KC's -6, and your over-under is 44. Teasing obviously gets KC down to 0 basically, and Chicago gets teased up to 12. Your over gets teased down to 38, and your under gets teased up to 50. I think I picked KC. Yeah, I think I had to take KC here. It's a golfing class of quarterbacks, and I think something people are forgetting here is that Chicago moved up in the 2017 or 2017 draft to pick Patrick Mahomes, to pick Mitchell Trubisky, and they jumped right over Patrick Mahomes. So Mahomes could be here and coming into this game and be like, here's what you missed out on me. And just destroy them for like 8 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, no, like he hasn't been proving that to everybody in the NFL already.
I watched the draft live, and I was on my couch, and I remember sitting here, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" They not only traded up, not only did they trade up to get one spot just to get a quarterback, they picked like Mitchell fucking Trubisky over Deshaun
Watson. Yeah, I was just about to say,
Patrick Mahomes. Now, I personally was a little worried about Watson, but I thought Trubisky was like a long third behind those two. So I really couldn't understand it. So this is definitely a spot where
you don't have to.
Just gonna like light him up. I feel like Mahomes is just gonna light him up. I know Chicago's got a really good defense, but man, Mahomes can play. The dude can play.
Chicago's done. I'm sticking with Danny on this one. I feel that Mahomes is just going to have his way with the Bears.
I don't necessarily think he's going to have his way because, that's a tough defense.
Yeah, it's a tough defense, but you're looking at Patrick Mahomes. You're looking at Tyreek Hill. You're looking at Travis Kelce.
Not Sammy Watkins.
No, we're not looking at Sammy Watkins. Even though I think he had a garbage touchdown.
He had a touchdown.
He did it?
I don't think so.
Terrible. See? No, we're not looking at that. We're not looking at LaShawn McCoy either. Right?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to run the ball in this game very much. So this is definitely going to be an air it out. And like we said before, KC's defense has been slowly improving more and more.
It's very underrated.
Their pass defense is really good. They have a hole here and there in the run defense, but they're trying to shore that up some. So KC actually feels like that team that is starting to pick up momentum late season, and they're going to make that really nice Super Bowl run. And that's what it feels like.
I hope so.
That's why I just man, Chicago is tough, but KC's kind of on that train right now.
Yeah, I feel like with relevance to playoffs and the Super Bowl, I always feel like the playoff games are so much better than the Super Bowl games, which was very much the case of last year because we got the Patriots and the Rams, and that was just... That
was a great chess match, and obviously Belichick was the much better.
Actually, no, not really. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch that Super Bowl again. I don't want to cover any of those highlights or whatever. But the games leading to that, especially when it was the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Patriots, when Tom Brady could still throw, quote unquote, and he still had weapons, dude. That was a game to watch. They both had wonderful fourth quarter drives. It was unbelievable. There's, looking at that and seeing how KC is so close again this year. I got to be with KC on this one.
You have to be with KC on this one. All right, final game. Moving to Monday Night Football. Your favorite Green Bay Packers. Your absolute 100% favorite Green Bay Packers.
No, more like, you like that! You like that!
You like that, Minnesota?
You like that!
Your Cousins.
Oh.
Minnesota is the favorite here at -5.5. Your over/under is 45.5. Your teasers move Green Bay up to 11.5, and Minnesota is basically gets moved down to +0.5. Your over gets moved down to 39.5, and your under moves up to 51.5. I think you have a pretty good guess at where I'm going here.
Now, I got a question for you, Danny. Where do you think I'm going with this? I think the answer might surprise you on this one.
It's the over.
No. I'm betting on Green 18. I'm betting on Green Bay, man.
Really?
I'm taking the Packers.
Why?
Well, first of all, Dalvin Cook is gone.
There's a chance he'll play. Alexander Madison's also slightly banged up, but Matt Boone looked pretty good as the third running back. Now, if they can get Madison back, that's a huge thing because Alexander Madison's a really, really good young backup running back, and Green Bay's run defense has been, left a lot to be desired, albeit they held Chicago and David Montgomery to, I think, 40 yards total. So
Okay.
It's not a bad choice. This is typical of me, and I'm just like, man, you give me Aaron Rodgers with over 10 points, I have to take it.
Those are my words exactly.
But you disagreed with me.
I'll live and die by those words.
But you laughed at me. You laughed at me 3 weeks ago when they got murdered by San Francisco.
I did.
Albeit we jumped on the train together. So
I mean, but still, I was just like, yeah, like, there's something to be said. I feel like the Packers are starting to click.
It's hard to say that because they beat Chicago and Aaron Jones had a really nice game, but dude, they don't have a wide receiver outside of Devontae Adams.
No, they don't.
It's rough to watch them. I mean, they've got like Marquez Valdes-Scantling hasn't done anything. Alan Lazard, rookie, hasn't really done much. Has done a little bit. Geronimo Allison hasn't done much.
He's dropped a couple balls too.
They don't have anybody. Jimmy G's old, so they're playing literally with Rodgers, Adams, and Jones, and that is it.
That's it.
And that is it, and that's really worrying. Now Jones had a really good game against Minnesota in week 3 or week 2, so I benched him that week. I hated it, hurt, but it's Aaron Rodgers, and
I wonder who you were playing. I think I hope it was me.
Week 2, no.
No. We played in like week 8 and 7.
In week 2, yeah, he won. I don't care. I got 4 top wins. I got 4 top scores.
Just like how I'm gonna beat you in the finals, Danny.
We need like a side bet on that, by the way.
We do. Where you guys are gonna know. You'll be the first to know.
Yeah, loser has to do this show naked or something. I don't know.
You better get comfortable with your body, Danny. I'm just saying.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm just saying.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm worried about it.
I'm be carrying the ship.
Dude, I'm with you on this one. Green Bay.
And here's my other theory. It's Kirk Cousins on primetime, man. Kirk Cousins in a key situation in primetime.
They make such a big deal about that, but it's crazy how the numbers are stacking up. He just can't win.
Here's the other.
Was it against Seattle last time?
Yeah,
right.
Seattle.
Yeah. Couldn't win.
Because you took my bet on that and I won. Thank you.
Ridiculous.
But because this is Monday night and I can't believe I can't believe I'm getting nearly a touchdown with Aaron Rodgers. So teasing this over a touchdown, a field goal feels like I should be collecting money, but I felt that same thing against San Francisco, so it worries me a little bit. However, because they're at because the books gave them at such a deficit, the money line's at plus 210, over 2.5.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, the money line's plus 210. You're getting 2-1 on your money, and if I'm picking Aaron Rodgers now, I might as well pick him to win this game, because if they win this game, they take the division. If they win. So that is pretty much it. And Rodgers somehow finds a way to make things happen. And so if I'm betting this game, I'm actually going to bet the money line. 210.
Oh, man, dude.
But Green Bay at 11.5 is like stupid good value.
It is, but I mean, that's just a fishy line, first of all, America, because you wouldn't think that the Vikings, and then they'll say, well, it's the Vikings at home.
Well, you felt the line was fishy last week when the Texans were plus 3 and teased them up to plus 9. I said they're gonna show up. They have to, and that one was a no sweat bet in my opinion.
That was a no sweat. I mean, okay, plus 9, yeah, that was a no sweat bet. But I mean, it could have swung either way. I think. I mean, what was it, 10-17
at halftime, something like that.
At halftime.
That game was going to be close.
It was going to be close, but that was a good bet by you, Danny.
That was a near gimme.
Yeah, that was the no sweat bet of the week right there. But I feel,
even though I didn't use it.
Oh my God,
Rodgers, you have to.
Rodgers, yeah. I mean, let's see where this pedo stash man is really going to be at. Oh God, I just can't take him so seriously now with that thing that Burt Reynolds thing on the little brown caterpillars coming down his lips. But yeah, taking Green Bay. If you're saying that Green Bay can lose by 10 points, dude, yeah, I'll take it.
All right, here we go. This is wrap-up time. We are going to give you our best combination bet. I'm going to go first because I have it down. I'm going to let you think about it for a minute. So, obviously, we just talked up Green Bay just now, and I think Green Bay is way too much value there. So, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers plus 11.5. I actually kind of expect this line to move down a little bit because I think the books are gonna see movement, and I think it's gonna drop to possibly 4.5. I'm still gonna take Aaron Rodgers at 10.5 tees. I don't care. But I'm gonna take Green Bay on this. The other side of this is slightly pending right now, but I'm kind of expecting San Francisco to get most of their defense back, and if that's really the case, I'm going to take San Francisco at -0.5 just to get the win.
Okay. Since I'm not really fond of Green Bay, and Green Bay is the last game that I can bet on. Of course.
This is why I'm thinking just money line and Monday night.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel that way too. But if it was me, if I can win my games early, I don't really have to.
You don't have to bet it.
These games. So
we have a really bad habit if we lose in the afternoon. We're like, what's the Sunday night?
Slam
teaser?
it. We gotta go.
We're just like, holy hell. We're degenerates.
Yeah, we are. And that's why we're trying to help you, America, not to be degenerates, but to be successful.
I think you're going to run Philly, right? Are you going to run Philly?
You know what? For a 3 o'clock game, I just don't think, if I had to choose something, I don't think I can pass up. Oh, wait, you know what? KC doesn't play at 3.
KC's Sunday night.
That's right. So
I may have a combination night bet of KC and Green Bay, depending on what I feel like.
I feel like that's a good one. But if I had to pick something... Oh, and by the way, 3 of these games are on Saturday. So then you're asking to wait for...
We're going to have 4 separate bets.
You have to wait for a day.
We're going to have separate bets. God dang it.
Which is
my bet is
so what
Saturday night to Monday night.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't.
2 nights.
I can't be waiting that long, America. Can't be doing that. So in this situation, I'm going to take Buffalo.
Plus 12.5, okay.
On Saturday.
Okay.
And I'm also going to take San Fran.
-0.5.
To win.
Okay.
Okay? That's going to be Saturday. And that's the only pick that I want.
Yeah.
Because the rest, I can just look back at this video and say, okay, what did I really like for this? What did I really like for that? That'll just be my day, Saturday, and then that's it. If I need to bet Sunday, I'll bet Sunday. Yeah. If I need to bet Monday, I'll bet Monday too.
There is a lot of value. If you play your days individually like I do, for example, Saturday's value, if everything plays out correctly, for me is New England -0.5 and San Francisco -0.5. Now, Buffalo's not a bad choice either, in the fact that they probably won't lose by more than 9 points. So that's my Saturday feel. Going to Sunday early games, for me, I like, obviously, Baltimore to just blow out the Browns, and then maybe something like the Steelers, because I expect them to win.
I can dig that too. Or I can even stack on my game. If I feel that I won my Buffalo bet, and I feel that San Fran, I feel pretty good about San Fran. Yeah. So what I would do is that right before that San Fran game starts, I'll say, hey, let me do another teaser with San Fran and then another early game on Sunday.
You can link it like that. I'm not the biggest fan of that because I lost twice on it.
Yeah, I mean, when you stack it on one team, you might just lose it all.
You can have this like giant chain link that like links all your bets, and one loss like bust everything.
Yeah, that hurts, man. Yeah. Hey, that Green Bay has done that to so many people this season.
So the other value in the early afternoon game for me is Indy -1. So Baltimore -4, Indy -1, Pittsburgh +3. Those are the 3 I feel like are the best overall feels. And then going to the late afternoon, we've got Denver -1 and Philly +8.5. And then I feel like the Arizona game is going to go over pretty easily.
Oof.
So there's a lot of you have a lot of combinations here. Last week had a ton of combinations that hit, especially for me because I probably had what I thought to be at least 5 combinations last week. The only one that really killed me was Steelers. But this week, there's a lot of good combinations that you can make. So go with whatever you feel like is the most secure for you in this case. And if you want to stack it like he does and go by each day, you can even run that down. So, neither of us really recommends really chasing your bets, but you can, if you miss on Saturday, you can theoretically chase it on Sunday and try and pick it back up.
We don't recommend it, but we still do it. Oh, God. Do as we say, don't do as we do,
Well, do
America.
you remember the week that you lost like 400 and you chased it Sunday night or Monday night and that was your comeback?
You gotta let everyone know that I lost 4. Yes.
But you made a comeback.
Yeah, I did. I was just like, dude.
That was your comeback. That Monday, I don't remember if it was the Sunday night game, or the Monday night game, but that was the start of your comeback. Because 2 weeks after that, you were in the positive. I was just like, nice comeback, dude.
Dude, I had some choice words.
I'm still down right now. I'm still down 90 right now, so I need some good wins.
It's okay, man. It's coming this week.
I think this week I'm gonna have to make a couple combinations just because I want to play the Green Bay money line pretty badly. I'm probably gonna, if I see 180 or more for Green Bay, I'm probably gonna take the money line Monday night. Just because I think the value's too good for Aaron Rodgers.
I think that would be a good straight bet too. I think the only thing you're not gonna win this week is probably your fantasy matchup.
I'm a 4-point favorite in the projection.
Yeah, so was the number 1 seed until
He was a 9-point favorite.
beat him like a drum.
Yeah, he was a 9-point favorite, dude. He was a 9-point favorite. I think I was a 10-point favorite in mine.
Yeah, you had yours. I was watching.
Dude,
I did. I was just
dude, going into halftime of the 12 o'clock games, C-Mac didn't get me anything. Devontae Parker didn't get me anything.
I wasn't.
Galladay didn't get me anything. Aaron Jones got me 1 touchdown. That was it. I was just like, I'm so screwed right now.
I was just so happy because I remember it was a Thursday.
I was at an event too, and so I can't really track this. And I'm like praying, like my phone. I feel like the vibration in my phone is going off.
He's like,
we have
no.
this thing. We have this thing
No.
about like
No.
We have this thing about like it's a sad day if you're not getting any notifications on Sunday.
Yep.
So I was like, oh man, I'm not getting any notifications on Sunday, but they're actually coming in. I just didn't feel it.
Oh, well, lucky you. Yeah, the saying is like, yeah, it's a sad Sunday when your girlfriend doesn't text you, you don't get any notifications on Yahoo or ESPN, and your friends don't call you. It's like, oh, damn, dude.
That's a rough Sunday.
Not a good Sunday, man. And you're losing the games. Yeah. But
we made it. We made it happen. We both collected well on our teaser bets last week. And for the first time in a while, we played the exact same teaser and won. We were on a pretty bad streak of playing a teaser together and losing.
It's just unlucky stuff, America. Just
yeah, but I mean, if the bets make sense, you kind of have to go with it. So.
Oh yeah.
I stand firm with it. But I texted him. I was like, dude, we're on the same bet. I'm a little scared now. But by the time, I think it was like 11:50, I was like, I have to go with this. This feels like this is the best bet.
To be honest though, there's no supposed to in this world. There's no guarantees, right? That's why it's called gambling. But if you looked at that Philly game, oh my God, I was just
tough.
Yes.
That stupid fumble 6 like just saved.
Wow,
everything.
Dude.
That fumble 6, by the way, killed so many bets.
That's right, but not ours.
Yeah, that fumble 6 killed so many bets because
oh my God.
Most of the lines by that day were Philly -10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm just saying
that
I was just like, Danny, we got this, dude. And Danny's he's the one that worries all the time.
Oh, of course I do, man.
Yo, man,
first
like
quarter,
this is looking good.
Yeah, first quarter, New
like,
England's up 7-0. I'm like, oh, New England's dominating this game. This game's over. We're gonna lose this.
Yeah, I was like, bro, like chill out.
No,
like,
I'm not gonna chill out. My money's on the line.
Man. The first quarter.
See, this is why I don't believe in the theory of a no sweat bet.
Oh,
because I'm gonna sweat regardless.
Well, see, the fallacy and the theory of the no sweat bet is that this is a guaranteed win unless a freak occurrence happens.
Well, that's what we've had in the past 2 weeks, or at least I've had in the past 2 weeks.
In that case, you're not really sweating. You're just going like scratching your head, going
WTF,
you know, like
what the fuck just happened?
I'm not sweating. It's like, dude, I was supposed to win that, but it's whatever. It's no sweat. But.
Yeah, so carefully think about your combinations this week. Next week is going to be really interesting because depending on who's in and who's out, excuse me, if any teams decide to bench people, We're gonna try and with Christmas coming on Wednesday, we're still gonna shoot this for Thursday, but it'll be really curious to see if any teams really sit out any players. But until then, we got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night coming up. This is the first time we had all 16 games on the docket, which is nice. Had an extra time.
The production value of our videos going up, America. You gotta keep the views coming in now. So there you go.
If anybody's watching this, obviously, like and subscribe and share this video. It's a lot of good information I think we're putting out there. So for Andrew Chang,
Post that as that, guys. Andrew Chang.
No, we're keeping it in.
Daniel Saludo.
Yeah. Don't forget to get your bets in, and remember that teasing is good for you.